I've heard. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. Have the Blades watch him in the... You may leave the Sultana to me. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied. Nanamo Ulnamo.
Welcome back, my friend. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu, together with Robon, Aline lent us much-needed aid when we discussed the subject. Her eyes fairly shone. But now is not the time to... I have an important announcement to make regarding our... My thanks for coming, friend.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitation, our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine...
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently...
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be.
Our sole clue...
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light. Based on your description, we believe the blade... Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a Crystal of Darkness. The fact remains, however, be that as it may, it would be unwise to...
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means...
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that...
Oh, what if we had two pieces of...
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create...
It would seem more...
I'm going to linger a while. And I could do with some help.
Mine apologies. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises.
Sole charge, you say? So you're...
While you were afield, word arrived. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the... According to the report, the island...
Aye. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldesion.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, we believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling. And to all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened arm.
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be... So he was why.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that in so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering...
7 hells!
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And tries, could it be that another hand is at work here? If...
Not only have I lost a trust...
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been
General, pray keep in mind that there may be...
All will be treated fairly. On that you...
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of And with that...
All these years... How could you, Huayu? Those cankers who take from this land... I know you can hear me, monitorous scum! Your cry... Daeum, purge this land of your sick...
I shall have no further need of you this... Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own
Has the situation grown so...
Ever since you proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji, the Monitorists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their... Yet now is not the time to be...
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you...
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve this would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside... If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubt that...
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked, But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. In the absence of a common cause, it seems...
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flame, even accounting for Uldar's historic reliance upon mercenaries. Such a grievous breach of security.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the god... Yet for this to happen, our nation...
The true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of the monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people. For the government to serve the people. For Uldar to move forward, it is...
Nay.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make... When I make my declaration to the people... As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I... help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong...
Your Grace...
There is no... When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Uldar will no longer belong to kings or queens or... Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you... Beyond this gesture...
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to... I believe the two of you have...
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request...
You see now why I had...
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the...
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the... Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the battle.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's court.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Gallian fleet. Devoid of...
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm... Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust... We knew you would not disappoint us.
To prepare for what?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer.